Hi everyone, and welcome back to Turn This Way, the podcast where we talk about mindset shifts, personal growth, and practical strategies to help you live your best life. I'm your host and mindset coach, Jennifer Radkey, and today we're diving into a topic that might make some of you a little uncomfortable: understanding our weaknesses and limitations. Now, I know, no one really likes to think about what they're not good at. We tend to focus on our strengths and push our weaknesses aside. Or we do the opposite and dwell on our weaknesses, giving them power to hold us back. But what if I told you that understanding your limitations is actually one of the most powerful tools for growth and success? In this episode, we're going to unpack why self-awareness is key, how recognizing your weaknesses can help you make better decisions, and how entrepreneurs in particular can use this knowledge to build stronger businesses. Plus, I've got some interactive exercises along the way, so grab a notebook or open the Notes app on your phone and let's do this together. You've probably heard the phrase, "You can do anything you set your mind to." And while I love the spirit of that, here's the truth. None of us can do everything alone. We all have natural strengths, but we also have areas where we struggle, and that's okay. Think about it. Some of the most successful people in the world are not great at everything. They just know what they're good at and what they need help with. Let's do a quick reflection exercise. If you have a moment, write this down. Think of a time when a personal limitation held you back. Maybe it was fear of public speaking, difficulty staying organized, or struggling to make quick decisions. Now ask yourself, what was the outcome? And looking back, what could you have done differently? For me, I'll be honest, early on in my career, I struggled with organization. If you have been following along, you know that as well as being a mindset coach for hospitality professionals, I'm also a homeschooling mom who is very active in the homeschooling community. Keeping both parts of my life organized and using the time I have available wisely was not my strength. I used to get upset with myself for that, but then realized that if I could accept it without self-judgment, I could figure out ways to improve in that area and know where to seek the tools and assistance needed to make everything run smoother. Understanding your weaknesses without being critical of yourself allows room for you to move forward. So now that we know why understanding our weaknesses is important, let's talk about how to use this awareness to grow. The key is mindset. Do you have a fixed mindset where you believe weaknesses are set in stone? Or do you have a growth mindset where you see them as opportunities to improve? If you believe that you have always been a certain way, so that means you will continue to be that way, that is an indicator of a fixed mindset and a major roadblock to growth. One of the best ways to work with your limitations is to do a SWOT self-assessment. Now, for any of my business owners out there, I'm sure you've probably done a SWOT assessment on your business. This is a SWOT self-assessment I'm asking you to do now. It stands for strengths, what are you naturally good at? Weaknesses, where do you struggle? Opportunities, what can you leverage to improve? And threats, what external challenges hold you back? Take a minute to jot down 2 or 3 for each. And remember, your weaknesses don't define you. They just show you where you need support or a strategy shift. Now, I want to take a moment to speak to my entrepreneurs out there. If you run a business or dream of starting one, this part is for you. One of the biggest mistakes business owners make is trying to do it all. But guess what? The most successful entrepreneurs recognize their limitations and delegate. This took my husband years to understand, and he struggled in trusting others to take care of tasks that he had always taken care of himself. But once he opened his mind to the idea of delegating, not to take things away from himself, but to add valuable time that he could use for other areas, well, that's when he really started to thrive, and not only thrive, but build strong professional relationships. Think about your business. What's one task that drains your energy? Maybe it's bookkeeping, social media, or sales. Now ask yourself, Do you need to be the one doing it? Or could you hire, automate, or delegate it? A great example of this is Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx. She openly admits that she was terrible at manufacturing logistics. So she found people who excelled in that area while she focused on branding and marketing, her strengths. So here's your challenge. Write down one task that's slowing you down. Then brainstorm one way you could delegate, simplify, or eliminate it. And this doesn't just apply to the entrepreneurs who are listening. Anyone can benefit from recognizing the need to delegate where possible. All right, let's wrap this up with some key takeaways. Weaknesses are not failures. They're areas for strategic growth. Self-awareness leads to success. Knowing your limitations helps you make better decisions. And entrepreneurs who recognize their weaknesses build stronger businesses. Delegate, automate, or adjust. And here's your challenge for the week. Identify one weakness and take a small action step to work around it or turn it into a strength, whether it's asking for help, learning a new skill, or outsourcing something. Just take one step forward. That's it for today's episode. I hope this conversation has given you a new perspective on weaknesses and maybe even a little relief that you don't have to be good at everything. Because I see you perfectionists out there doing it all yourself. But what if you didn't do it all? How could that make your life even better? How could that potentially help you reach your goals faster? If this episode resonated with you, I'd love to hear about it. Screenshot this episode and tag me on social media with one of your takeaways. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe, share with a friend, and leave a review. It helps so much. Until next time, remember, growth starts with awareness. So turn this way and let's keep moving forward together. See you next time.